Hi everyone, this is Bernadette from Pinch Me Living, and in this audio I want to share with you just one insight regarding changing habits and breaking patterns that you want to evolve beyond, transform out of, like the caterpillar into the butterfly. So I want to move into talking to you about that in just one moment. One thing I just wanted to add was, if you're not already familiar with my Pinch Me Living website and you're a YouTube listener here, please do head over there at some stage, because I've got lots of downloadable resources and written articles and things like that that you might find really useful on your journey, as well as these YouTube clips. So you can do that at pinchmeliving.com. So let's now get into this audio today, which is all about changing habits and breaking patterns. So we're going to talk today about one key insight. There is lots of techniques, tools and ways that you go about identifying what your habit is, identifying what your pattern is, why you have it, what it's doing to you, what the costs are, what the payback is, etc., and then moving through creating change. The insight I want to give you will help you with whatever model you use. So you might be doing cognitive behavioral therapy, you might have a therapist, psychologist, you might have someone like me as a transformation coach, you might just be doing your own self-guided learning and growth with books and videos and things. Whatever it is, I want you to take this insight and I want you to apply it in your life to whatever method or approach you are using for changing your habit. And it is this: sometimes we get into what I call like a closed loop with our pattern and our habit, okay? And it's like we're stuck on a scratch on the CD. You know, when you get a scratch CD, it just plays in a loop over and over and over again. And if you've ever noticed with a CD that's scratched, if you bump it, if you bump the CD, it skips over the scratch and continues playing. So think about your life and think about your habit or your pattern, and think about yourself as a stuck CD. So you're replaying and replaying and replaying until something will bump you out of it. Okay, a little bit of force, a little something external for the purpose of applying force comes in to knock you out of that, interrupt that loop. Okay. The reason I'm saying this is because I find that people are often too soft with themselves when they want to change a habit or break a pattern. And I also find, and I've found this even for myself in the past, not so much now, but in the past, that those of us supporting people that want to break habits and break patterns can be a little soft with people as well. Because we all understand it's difficult sometimes to change habits and break patterns, and there's a level of not sympathy, but empathy for where people are at. The risk with that is that you play small and you convince yourself that it's just human and you're doing your best and everything, you're trying your hardest and it will all happen in due course, and you make up reasons to justify why you're still stuck in the pattern and the habit. And if there was one thing that I think would make a massive difference to most people's lives in terms of their ability to break their habits and break their patterns, it would be for them to get seriously disciplined with what one of my clients calls, and I love this term, she calls it brute force positive thinking, brute force accountability of herself in order to hold herself responsible and on her path to apply what she knows. Because people have the tools. You can't tell me you don't have the tools. The internet is littered. Even if you don't have a therapist or a coach or someone helping you personally, the internet is littered with material. Audios, videos, books, courses. You can get a lot of stuff free. You don't even have to pay for it. The thing is that it's not a lack of information or knowledge, it's the lack of the application of that, and it's not even the lack of application full stop, it's the lack of consistent application of that with discipline. Not for a week and then a week off and then, I'll get back on the horse and do it again. No, the application of that every day. Like it's that important to you. Like every day if you were sick in your body and the doctor gave you medicine, do you think you would take your medicine for a week and then stop taking your medicine and then hope to get better and then go back on the medicine again and then go off it? You would never do that. And the patterns and the habits are an illness, are a off track aspect of the mind and the emotional system. And the tools that you have, the self-help tools, the spiritual tools, the rituals, the practices, are your medicine for that, to break the habit, to heal the habit, to heal the pattern. So you cannot expect to have change if you allow yourself to lax into, I'm doing it, oh, I'm not doing it, oh, it's okay, I didn't do it, I was a bit tired today. And I'm not being lacking in empathy for you. I say it to you in a direct manner because I care about you. If I didn't care, I wouldn't even be making this audio. I wouldn't even have this channel if I didn't care about you. So if you feel any part of yourself feeling a bit defensive, just stay with me. Breathe through the defensiveness. One person that I love to follow, and if you haven't checked her out, you can, is Marianne Williamson. And when you watch Marianne Williamson talk with people, particularly when she's live, she doesn't baby people. She doesn't pander to people, and she calls it like she sees it, and she keeps it real. And that is so essential, because otherwise what we do is, and I know this because I used to do this myself before I got into this work, is that you go looking for help, but you really want to justify why you can't get out of your habit and pattern, and then you're really asking for help, hoping someone's going to reflect back to you that you're right, that it's okay. Really what you need is someone to come along and bump your CD, bump it, nudge it, and get you out of your stuck loop. And sometimes the way that needs to happen is by somebody being really direct with you, really honest with you, and holding you to account for how you're being and what you're doing. If you don't want that and you want to live with your habits and your patterns, it's your free choice, it's your free will, it's your life. But if you're listening to this, that's just not true. That's not what you want. So I just really want to encourage you to ask yourself, do I do that? Do I drop my tools and my rituals? Do I lax out of it and I don't take this healing medicine that I need for my mind and my emotional system to break these habits and break these patterns because I'm undisciplined? Because I'm not accountable, I don't hold myself to account, I don't really take it seriously, and then I kind of want people to baby me or pander to me and say that it's okay. Because you've got one life and it's really not okay. It's not what your soul wants. So you've got to be really honest with yourself about that. And it's really interesting, if I look at my own life, there are only 2 people in the world who will call me on my stuff. And I know it because I've watched myself. Because once you get really consciously aware, you can't help but observe yourself, even if you really wish you couldn't observe yourself and you could be unaware and unconscious for a moment. But I can talk to any of my friends, any of my family, and most of them will be the usual empathetic and considerate and comforting and give good advice and all the good things that everybody does. But there's 2 people, one of my sisters and my husband, well actually probably a couple of my sisters actually would do this, will not allow me to do that. They don't allow me to get away with sitting on a stuck loop on my CD and pandering to that or showing empathy for that without holding me to account and saying, wake yourself up. If you really wanted to change this, you would change this. You can change this. So stand up, pull your shoulders back and just do it. Sometimes there's no other answer. Just do it. Hold yourself to account. The question is, how much pain do you have to be in before you'll do that for yourself? Is it more painful for you to be disciplined in the application of the wisdom that you have access to? Spiritual, personal growth, self-help, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, whatever it is it more painful for you to be in disciplined action about that and hold yourself to account and have a routine and have rituals and be disciplined in your mind and call yourself out and really be the person you can be, or is it more painful to stay in the pattern? That's the question. Once the pain of where you stand exceeds the pain of where you're going, you'll move your butt. And moving your butt means you stand up and you do it. You apply it, you make things happen. And you don't look for reasons to justify why you're not disciplined. You know, sometimes when I'm working with my private coaching clients, they'll be like, oh, you know, like you've got it together. And it's like, well, you know what? Everyone's human and I don't have it all together. And I have lots of days where I have to be very disciplined in my mental state and in my emotional state. But I have got rituals and tools, all the rituals and tools that I teach in the books, in the courses, on this YouTube channel, on my website, and I am so disciplined in applying them. Whereas before, I might have let myself, you know, flip-flop and have a week where I didn't really apply them or didn't stay consciously aware. It would be now minutes or an hour or hours, because I just don't want to live that alternative way. It's just become that important and that disciplined about it. So it's not that you all of a sudden get to a place where you don't need those tools anymore. It's that you use them so consistently that you don't have as many issues in applying them, if that makes sense. So I hope this has been helpful. I really want you to have a look at your own life and see if you can see yourself in that. If you do feel like you're stuck on a CD loop, grab a ritual, grab a tool, talk to whoever supports you, figure out what you're going to do, and then do it consistently with discipline. Put it in your diary, write a note, remind yourself all the ways that you need to keep it forefront of your mind, forefront of your life, until you've formed it as a new habit, as a new pattern, thus that you don't need so many reminders anymore. Like, I'm sure there's lots of you listening that are like me. I get up and I don't even think about it. I pull out the yoga mat. And sometimes I might not actually do yoga on it. I might sit and meditate, or I might do a visualization, or I might talk to my guides, or I might whatever. But the day doesn't start unless I do that. And on the days where I'm not disciplined and I might forget to do it until later in the morning or the afternoon, those days don't go as well. So you become really clear that you must do it if you want to live the kind of life that you're capable of living. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already done so, that would be awesome. I'm sharing videos, audios like this on a weekly basis. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. It makes it easier for other people like you to find the resources on YouTube. And I look forward to sharing more information with you in future to help you unleash your inner peace, your freedom, and your success.